We are back with Ninja. We're going to go through the Spider's Den, show you everything he can do there, how he's going to operate. If you want to see the other video I did earlier today going through Ice Golem 24 and Dragon 24, I'll put it up on the screen right now. Go check out that video if you want to see how he operates against those bosses and the waves getting there. I've got a video coming out with speed runs with Ninja, no other legendary champions, him speed running through all of the dungeons to get those fast times with amazing gear. Right now, we are going to go into the Spider's Den. We were all looking forward to this champion for the Spider's Den, mainly because we could do an AoE freeze and then do our burn strategy that we've been doing for Spider's Den 21 through 25. It's very difficult. We can't do the turn meter reduction as much as we did before. We can't do damage based off of enemy max HP. So everybody was really happy to get this champion that could do an AoE freeze at 100% booked out and then come in there with our Akoth, do an AoE burn, then our 2 Cold Hearts to do turn meter reduction, get some damage in there, and then a Renegade to reset. Lower the cooldowns by 2 turns and then come back and do this all again. That's what we all wanted to happen. And then in between all that happening, we were hoping that one of these random hits would hit the boss and do burn explosion. Get a little extra damage in there, maybe lower our time by a few seconds. Maybe. For the Spider's Den, the gear and the masteries don't even matter. Yeah, we're trying to get insane damage, which we really don't want if we're just trying to wrap up those spiders, to CC them, to stun them, to freeze them, and to kill everybody with the burns, and then to do Cold Heart with our Heart Seeker. We don't even want to hit really hard. You could just have this guy, really high accuracy, really high speed, and he'd do the AoE freeze, and then we'd loop back around, and we would do the 3 hits for the burns, and that would be fine. We could do that. It would play really well that way, so don't pay too much. You're not going to run this champion in spiders anyways once I show you what's going on, right? We've got the 3 hits for the burns. Now keep in mind, like I said in my last video, these burns only do 1 stack of burns. So the most damage you're ever going to do on any boss when going in and attacking them is 9% of their max HP. You're going to do 3% for the first hit, another 3% on the second, and then another on the third. That's 9% total, plus the yellow damage, your actual hits. So it could be probably around 15% of the boss's max HP. That's all you're going to get on this move. No more than that. It doesn't matter the stacks of the burns. I explained this in the last video. You could have 5 turns left on that burn, and it will not matter. So it's not as impressive as we thought, but it really doesn't even pertain to what we're doing over here on the Spider's Den. So let's get to it. Let's look at what a normal team would be like and what we were really hoping for with this champion. Here's the thing about this. They could change this. They could definitely fix this, and I think they will. Now, unfortunately, I'm not in the content creator program anymore, right? Banana Jam took it upon herself to let them know that I'm not fit for it after I exposed the cheat hacking going on in this game with the speed hacks, and they weren't appreciative of that. And then 30 days later on, she decided that I'm not fit to be in the program, so I can't talk to them. I have no link to get in there and talk to them about this. Maybe one of the other content creators can bring this to the company's attention and let them know that this needs to be tweaked. Really, for their new flagship champion, I feel like they need to change this. Here would be a normal team going through the Spider's Den that we would play for 21 to 25. Right here with Astralon is fine. Anybody. Achak does AoE freeze. Astralon AoE stuns. We've got Shiramani, Gurgo. There's a few champions out there that can do a 100% CC on them. That's what we want, right? We want to do this with Cold Hearts. Then we freeze them or stun them all so they can't take a turn and slow us down. Then we're going to repeat and do this all over again, right? We reset with our Renegade, or we took 2 turns. I'm so used to Prince Kaimar. We knock 2 turns off with that Renegade. We come back around. We stun them again. We've got all the burns up. The Spider's turn meter is down. Look, it's way down. All we have to wait for are the Spiderlings to take some turns now, and the Spider's dead. 31 seconds there. Spider's Den 25. Really easy, right? This team's very accessible as long as you have somebody over here like an Astralon or like a Ninja to CC them all. Stun or freeze. We've got him set up. We're going to make sure we're going to force him to do his A3, that AoE freeze. But if there's a boss present, he could do this one. If he's targeting, it says when targeting a boss, you will do this single target damage. Now the thing is, we've taken him into Ice Golem. We know how he functions in the Ice Golem. So we know that when there's a boss up and there's 2 side minions, he still does his A3 AoE freeze. But here, no matter what we do, we cannot get him to do that. So again, just a little tweaking by the company and he would be great. I would really love him here. I still think this champion is a 6.5 out of 10. If he were to work perfectly here, he would be a 7, a 7.5 out of 10 as far as a legendary champion goes. But he did his A3, no AoE freeze. He just went in here and boom. And that burn that he does, the 3 random targets, it's literally, like it says, 3 random targets, as you guessed. So a lot of times, it's not even going to be the boss. And are we really going to win this, though? We really won that somehow. Wow, 35 seconds and we won that. Okay, I did not expect that. I've run this 6 times. We ran this on stream with everybody. We were not happy about it, and now we actually got to run. We got to win from it. Okay, let's do this again. So now he is going to go in and attack the boss. No matter what we do, even if I target the boss, if I target a spiderling, he will do the AoE freeze. We have to target a spiderling, but nobody's going to do that on auto. But if you wanted to manual the boss, you could get him to AoE freeze everyone. I can't believe we won. I mean, he's hitting the boss, but he's hitting the boss for very little on the A3. Yeah, we just got extremely lucky. I don't know how we got so lucky with keeping that turn meter down enough. And then he did get a few hits on the boss for that burn. Wow. Okay, so that's how it's working out. All we need him to do is do the AoE freeze when there's other minions, other enemies present with the boss, just like he does do on the Ice Golem. He'll do the AoE freeze on the Ice Golem, which is really nice. We don't want him to go in there and attack the Ice Golem to bring the Ice Golem below those thresholds, and we want him to freeze the side minions. That's great. So here, that's all we need to do. Hey, guys at Raid Shadow Legends, if you're listening to me, please change this. It will bring this guy's playability up by so much. So that we can do speed runs with this. We can queue it up and we can do 50, 100, 300 overnight runs. He's going to work exactly like Astralon, but also he might get lucky and get one of those 3 random hits on that A2 on the boss and bring the boss down by 3% of its HP faster. Maybe we're going to get a couple second run faster. I've been enjoying this champion. I just don't think he's all chopped up to what everybody expected, especially for the max damage he's going to do on that A2, which is probably around 15% of the boss's max HP. Now, we are going to do speed runs, so look forward to that. We're going to do speed runs through the waves, not with the Seer, just with him as the only legendary, no Seer, mind you, going through the waves, controlling the waves, blowing everything up. I think we can get a minute and 30 second on Ice Golem, a minute and 30 second on Dragon, and then for Fire Knight, maybe we can get under 2 minutes. Hopefully. It's hard to get through the Fire Knight, so hopefully we can get under 2 minutes on the Fire Knight with him in there. That'll still be really good. Those will be good times. It's like bringing in Herndig instead of Seer and taking our way through there and then killing the boss. I think it's going to work out well. I'm really sad not to see him function this way. It would have really brought up the appeal for him, for me, to bring him into something this difficult. As long as you got your Akoth, you can get your Akoth right here. The burn guy, you can get that from doing Doom Tower normal secret rooms, and then we get this free login champion. You have a couple cold hearts or whatever else you need, armigers in a different stage maybe, and you have a renegade. This would be really good for people out there. This would be the team. This is a very safe team. Poor guy right here. We can't use ninja. Not so much of a ninja on these stages here until Raid Shadow Legends fixes that in the AI, like it does work with Ice Golem. That's it for Spider, everyone. I know you're very disappointed about this. Let us know all about it down below. I appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in a video soon.